G'day! Hello.
I'm Kat,
I'm Amy.
and we are your No. We are your... No.
Wednesday.
We're your Wednesday couple on For a Couple of Gays. Okay, guys. This week's topic is arguments. How do we argue? How do we solve it or resolve it? And you'll have to forgive us. It is really late here and it is cold because we are going into winter. So we'll do the best that we can. Before we get started, we just want to let you guys know we are polar opposites. The way we describe our relationship to people is that we are like a yin-yang symbol. Completely opposite ends of the spectrum. And some people would wonder how that works, and the way that it works so well for us is that we actually balance each other beautifully. And how we solve things and meet in the middle is compromise and fantastic. Like, we are great communicators. Not necessarily in the most effective way all the time, but we are wonderful communicators. So we argue and fight, and like, honestly, we do. I think if you don't argue, if you don't disagree, then there's got to be something wrong.
Yeah.
It's healthy to disagree and have differing opinions. If you're with somebody who you agree with, well, in our opinion anyway, well, mine, if you're with somebody who always, you just, like, never fight, it just...
I think it would be weird.
It would be.
Like,
no one, I'm sorry, no one is that perfect. Now, we're pretty perfect. I'm sorry, I'm pretty freaking
we're
amazing.
Perfect for each other.
No, I'm a pretty freaking amazing person, okay? Just, I'm just going to put it out there. I reckon I'm a pretty amazing person. But I'm nowhere near perfect. I've got a lot of wonderful things in my life, but I'm nowhere near perfect. So we fight about all the regular things. Money.
Yeah, money. Who's going to drive the car?
Who's going to drive the car? Who's going to cook tonight? Who's going to take the dog for a walk? Cleaning, all that kind of stuff. Like, we fight about all those things. A few examples, like more detailed examples, would be like, who's going to drive the car? I am a terrible passenger. Like, yeah, I know. I know. I'm a very...
That's mainly because she sits there and watches YouTube.
That's not the only reason.
And gets motion sickness.
It's not the only reason. I get motion sick. I feel sick anyway. So, that's number one reason why I don't like to drive. So I just sort of...
You do like to drive, you know?
So, yeah, I do like to drive. Sorry. I told you we were tired. So, we just kind of... We argue about it all the time, and we only have one car. And we've come to the compromise now at the point in our lives that we are, where we're going to start a family and things like that, where we know that we need a second car. Excuse me. So that's sort of how we resolve it. We have very different family... we come from two very, very different families. Amy has a really big family. I have a really little family. So we just have... we had totally different upbringings, totally different coming out experiences, totally different friends. My whole universe knew, and everybody around me knew that I was gay. It wasn't... I didn't have some bump-ba-da music playing awkward moment where I had to sit in the kitchen and tell my parents, because it was just known. you know, they knew how I felt. And, I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference whether who I brought home as long as I was happy. You know, not that Amy's was a bad coming out story or anything like that. It was just very different, and she came out a lot later in life and had heterosexual relationships prior to meeting me, and, you know, it's just very different. We've just got very different families, so therefore we grew up very differently with very different values. So, you know, that's one thing that we have to make a lot of compromises on, and we have to do a lot of talking out and working out, because, you know, what I believe is right and what you believe is right, you know, we're both right. It's just...
But even things like how we fight is different. Like, in terms of, well, not fight, but how we deal with it and things like that. I tend to keep things bottled up until they finally explode.
Like Carrie.
And I can't, like, hold back after that. Like, it just sort of just goes bleh, and then it's out, and then I feel a lot better. Whereas you're more...
I'm very hello, I'm a Latina. Like, hello, I go off. I get very passionate, and I get loud, and I get very driven, you know, like, it's just who I am, you know. And how do we solve arguments? We have a rule, similar to Kerry and Chantel. We never go to sleep angry, ever. We don't, I mean, we may go to bed and lie down, but we never let an argument carry over to the next day.
Yeah.
We never let a disagreement go to the next day.
We
and it doesn't...
Always kissing.
Yeah, we always kiss each other goodnight. You know, I may, you know, can't even stand the sight of her if I get that mad. But when it comes to bedtime, we always sleep in the same bed. No one sleeps on the couch or anything like that. We both come to our bed and we, you know, we work it out. We don't, yeah, that's the big thing. You know, it's really important, I think, and I think that's something that I love about our relationship, is that we keep going until it's solved. It may get ugly, don't get me wrong. It
might take hours.
And it may take hours, but we work it out. And we work it out together. It's not a case of one of us just going, oh, well, it's too hard, I'll just agree with you. We make it work together. We come to a common ground. And I really love that about our relationship. Yeah. I think it's a really special and unique quality. So that's this week's topic. So we had a few questions asked from
technical difficulty.
Because we had a technical difficulty last week with our video. It just wouldn't upload. I don't know whether it was because I actually have a feeling that it had to do with the fact that we had background noise because there was a TV show playing and YouTube didn't like it. I think that's what it was. Anyway, we apologise, but we have some questions here. I'm just going to get my trusty bit of paper. And we are going to try and answer them as best we can. If I get any of your usernames wrong, I apologise in advance. It's my bad handwriting. So being Lisa J.A. Wanted to know what we were going to cook.
Chicken vegeta, which is essentially like a creamy chicken with like a gourmet sort of stock and cream.
Mixed in together.
Yeah. And then we had green beans and honey carrots, sweet potato chips, and baby spinach.
Top. Yeah. And rice.
And rice.
Yes. And it was really yummy, and it did smell really good. And I do just have to say, okay, we did set the hot plate on fire. Okay? Okay, so Amy may or may not have caused a fire. And it was funny. It was really funny, and I didn't get it on camera. I wish I had. But it was very funny. So I just have to say, we did set fire to the kitchen in trying to make this. Maybe that's the reason our video didn't work. It was like smoke in our camera or something. Anyway, so that's what we were going to make. Chantel and Kerry wanted to know what kinds of foods are popular where we live in Australia. Lots of food. Australians love food. Some of them would be seafood, like we love fish, calamari, prawns, which you guys call shrimp, we call prawns. Barbecue, anything barbecue, sausages, barbecue steak, any kind of steak, pork, chicken, pretty much any kind of meat, you put it in front of us.
Especially sausages, though.
I can safely say I have had kangaroo, I have had crocodile.
They're gross.
I really liked them. We do cook those up. I haven't had possum or anything like that, but yeah. The other thing that we love, and is very Australian, is pavlova, which is like a meringue, big meringue cake that you do. That you put cream, and then you put fruit on the top, and you have it in the summertime, and it's always a Christmas thing. Amazing. So yummy. I think we'll have to do one, like a mini one, and show you what it's like. Oh, so good. And then fan of Katie Lang. We are a fan of Katie Lang too. Commented about our screen, our beautiful screen here, which is just an Asian screen, like blockout screen. And we try and...
It's like got a few panels.
It's beautifully... it's got like 4 panels.
Different paintings on it.
Yeah, and it's got like, this is a bird on a cherry blossom, and it's hand painted as well. And then we've got, another tree and lilies and lotus. And we use this for 2 reasons. One, because the office is directly... We live in a big open plan house or granny flat at the moment while we're building, and behind us is the desk. And
it's kind of boring. So.
It's ugly to look at, so, try and make ourselves a little bit more beautiful. We use it in where we've got it. So I think that's about it. Please, we need more couples. Can I just tell you, auditioning is the easiest thing you will ever do. Now, Amy, I'll let Amy take over because, I am loud and outspoken and this is my kind of thing. But Amy is the quietest person you will ever meet. She's really camera shy. And I have just seen her come out of her skin and can't wait. Shell, sorry. I cannot wait to do the videos and find out about the topic. And everybody is so welcoming and so lovely. And thank you so much for all the positive comments. We really do genuinely appreciate it. But we need more couples. This is a great channel, and we try and promote it as much as we possibly can because...
But yeah, I mean, it is something that I thought was going to be quite hard at first. But, I mean, it's...
Except for burning the kitchen or setting fire to the kitchen, we've done pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's just a matter of sort of... I look at it as I'm just having a chat with friends.
Yeah. So. And, we both love the GLBTQI community. And, although we don't have a lot to do with our local community, this is something for us that we feel that we can give back.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lexi's just trying to bring us out her bone because she wants us to play with her. Lexi is our dog, Lex.
Come on, baby.
And so, yeah, please rate, subscribe, comment, forward on. We hope that you have amazing weeks.
Leave us any questions that you
Leave
want.
us further questions. We love answering your questions and comments. And we're having a ball. And thank you so much for welcoming us. We really do appreciate it. Have amazing weeks. And we will see you next week.